Here, Carrie here, and I had enough people ask me this question that I felt like it was important to address it. Um, I'm almost out of school, but I need to make money. So, should I do scoping, or should I do transcribing, or should I get some other kind of part-time job? But I don't want to do that because it's not really in my field of interest. What should I do? You should freaking stay in school full time, exclude everything else from your life except your kids, your cat, and your dog. Even your partner can wait for a little while. This is important. You're either you're focusing on you're still learning, but you're focusing on earning. And once you're earning, you can weave in more learning. But you're going to be weaving it in. Your earning is going to be your primary focus. And what your primary focus should be right now is freaking getting out of school. I know I did this crap. I deluded myself with, well, I should get some money now. And so I literally was a paralegal at a law office in San Francisco for way too long and work going to school at nights, working during the day, and thinking that somehow I was making progress in school, and I wasn't. Or I was making enough money that I could then go back to school full time and give it my all, which is actually what happened. But I probably floundered for 18 months. And I think about it. When I got out of school, after I totally put my focus into it, when I got out of school, looking back on the 18 months that I wasted working, thinking I was still making somehow progress in school, and then the 18 months additionally that it took me to pass the California CSR because I wasn't giving it my all, my focus, my 100% attention. I was still trying to work a little bit and school a little bit, and everything was a little bit, but nothing had my full attention and everything had my full frustration. That's 36 months of lost income. That's 36 months of not just lost income, that's lost court reporting income. And, uh, it blows my mind when I think about what I threw away because I thought I could make minimum wage for a little while I was going to school. Um, and some people don't have a choice. They have to work and go to school. And they just have to do what they have to do. And that's okay. But for some of you who are just anxious to get out there working, if you're really that anxious to get out there working, then get out of school. Just put your 150% focus on school and practice and that honing your craft, becoming your best, and then graduate and then certify and then start working. And I promise you, if you're giving it even 10% of your effort, booking jobs or having a full-time job, maybe as an official, but you will start immediately making more money than you've ever made in your life. And for some people, that's why I've never really made a whole lot. Well, but you know, one times anything is still something. So I think I've told you guys the stories. I going through school, I was on food stamps. I lived in a hole in the wall in Sacramento that I fondly referred to as Cockroach Villa East. And I couldn't have imagined how my life would change 6 months after I'd been reporting. I couldn't have imagined getting a decent car and then buying my own house without a cosigner within 6 months of reporting. And I was reporting, giving it my all, showing up the way I should have shown up in school all that time. I should have been practicing to become the reporter that I would need to become to have the life that, frankly, I have now. And I've never stopped that I need to be the person that has the life that I want. I need to step up. The practices and the habits that I was doing before I became this, they weren't getting me this. Imagining, becoming, visualizing, being scared and trying it anyway, all that stuff is powerful. So the answer to the question is, if there is any conceivable possible way on the planet that you can stay in school without deluding yourself into thinking, oh, I'll do some scoping and make some money, do it. Do that. Stay in school. The other thing about scoping is, and this is from a neuroscience point of view, when you're scoping somebody else's work, you can't help but look at their mistakes and look at their theory and look at how they're writing things. And that will download into you and cause conflicts in your instantaneous reaction ability when testing. Because you won't just be focusing on your theory and how you write things. Even if you deliberately try to segregate those things, compartmentalize those things, you're going to develop other people's habits and other people's, oh, that's a great way to write that. I should do that. Oh, maybe someday, but not while you're in your last set of qualifiers trying to get out working. Don't start changing stuff in the last chapter. You'll have a lifetime. You'll have a career full of opportunity to change the way you write. Get the hell out of school. Pass that last certification. And then while you're sitting waiting for the paper that says you passed the test, then think about, how can I change my writing, or how can I learn more about my software, or whatever it is. But keep focused on what the goal, keep your eye on the prize, keep focused on what it is that you say you want. And when you see yourself doing something that doesn't conform with what you say you want, question where that's coming from. Because I promise you, that's not the you making a conscious decision to carry you forward. That's a fear. I need to make more money and maybe I'll scope, is coming from a place of, what if I don't pass? I'm not going to pass. I probably won't pass. I need a backup plan when I don't pass. Yoda, there is no try. There is try or try not. There is only do. Do or do not. There is no try. I'll get it right one of these days. Just, you know what I'm saying? You do. I know you do. Stay in school. Stay in school with your full 100% attention on that.